also love Sanjay Surya's batting?
Definitely, yeah. We were really mesmerized by his batting in back in 1996 World Cup, right? They revolutionized the cricketing world, right? Starting opening up with fast, aggressive batting styles those days.
Batting, very
Yeah,
nice.
our team was on top of those days, but now I think although they have a lot of setbacks in the team, yeah, there was an era that we loved cricket so much.
Yes, yes.
And you said you play football as a hobby?
But nowadays, I've seen that the Sri Lankan batting lineup, bowling lineup is not so much up to the mark like the previous years. So, what is
Yeah.
the reason for not performing so well than previous years?
I think as you are really aware of the cricket matches and cricket, and yeah, actually after we have legendary players like Sangakkara, Mahela Jayawardene, you may have heard of them, and they played in IPLs as well. Uh, and after the retirement of those key players like Malinga, Mahela, is Nuan. I'm from Sri Lanka, and I'm a teacher by profession. And uh, if I talk about my hobbies, I love traveling and I love watching English related contents on YouTube. So that is simply about me.
Okay, okay. It's great to hear about you. Okay. So, shall I give my introduction?
Definitely, I'm eager.
Okay, so as you can see, my name is reflecting on the screen. My name is Bablu Kisku. I hail from West Bengal, India. And as far as my academic is concerned, I have completed masters in English literature. Talking about hobbies, I love to play cricket, football, and by profession, I am a teacher. And simultaneously, I am running a YouTube channel by the name of English with Bablu, where I upload English-related conversation on video. So that's all about me.
Okay, that's good. So you teach English?
Yes, yes, I teach English.
Okay, good. And what what kind of problems do you face when you teach your kids or children in your school?
Subject is English, but I am not so much eloquent speaker. You can
Mhm.
say I am not an uh, pro speaker or fluent speaker. Okay, I can speak this language. I can express myself, but
Mhm.
I'm not satisfied with my fluency. So I'm
Mhm.
not that much fluency. But nowadays I'm trying my level best to get that much fluency. So that's
Mhm.
why here I'm into this language. I always try to learn something new from other side, from YouTubers, tutors, students. That's what I have been doing nowadays to learn this language. And apart from that, as I am blessed with a son, I want to give him properly English speaking environment. So
Yeah.
I uh, first of all I want to learn this language. I want to grab this language in a very better way, and I also want to be the best version of myself than before. So that's
Mm.
why I'm into this language.
Okay, nice ambition. I think everyone who join these groups, I think, want to become better versions of themselves. Yeah, I wanted to know, right, as a teacher. So, how long have you been teaching?
So I have been in this teaching field for more than 15 years.
Yeah, like me. I've been teaching more than 15 years. Right. But what I mean, I would like to know, right? I'm from Sri Lanka, and I would like to know, and what sort of, barriers, what sort of difficulties do you face while you're teaching in school? Some highlights.
Yes, yes. Definitely, I am. telling you about this. So while teaching in my school also, I face a little bit problem like there are many types of students. Okay, in my school, some have the some have the knowledge of basic grammar, and some students don't have the basic grammar knowledge. Okay, and while teaching the students, most of the students are not aware of the basic grammar, and very few students have the knowledge of basic grammar. Like you can say that 5% or 10% have knowledge basic grammar, and above you can say the most of the students don't have this knowledge. So while teaching, I only teach English in my school, so that's why whenever I teach my students, I have seen that the students are not getting whatever I am trying to explain something about this language. Okay, because
Yeah.
they are unable to understand just because of not having the basic knowledge. So that's why I have to put a lot of effort to make them understand, and I have to explain everything, and I have to tell them about the basic grammar like tenses, article, preposition, parts of speech. Okay, so these types of problems I always face, but I try my level best to teach them in a better way to make them understand in English so that they can grab whatever I am trying to teach. So,
Yeah. Yeah. In my
and
case, yeah.
yes, another thing is that some students don't have the intention of learning something new. They have the intention of only to get good marks in exam. Okay,
Yeah.
they are not interested to learn something new, like new words, new vocabs, new idioms, phrases. Okay, but I have the intention that to teach them, to tell them about the phrases, to make them aware about the idiom phrases, new idioms phrases, so that they can explain it, so that they can write it in their writing. Okay, so these types of problems I always face.
Okay. I've faced the same kind of problems, uh, right, in my schools and even in my tuition classes, right? Mm, but I mean, I have to say this to be honest. I mean, those days, right, when I started teaching, I mean, those days actually the spoken language or the spoken skill wasn't regarded a necessary skill those days, way back in 1999, 2000, in my part of the world, right, in rural area of Sri Lanka. But right, you know, but slowly and gradually, uh, I mean, I faced very similar, situation like you, right, even today. But I think, as a teacher, and if you can create a kind of different backgrounds, thinking out of the box. For example, right, nowadays, as you said, in a classroom, right, you meet people, meet children. You come Children come from different backgrounds, right?
Yes.
They represent different social status and cultures. But very recently, um, when I, even when I teach grammar lessons, I want to I wanted to create where every student can get involved. Right? I wanted to create activities, right, where every student can be involved in those activities. These activities were prioritized to get the speaking out of the children, right? I wanted to, give every and each and every student an opportunity to practice even a grammar part of a lesson. So uh, I think I succeeded in, somewhat succeeded in uh, what I planned. So in my classrooms, just like imagine we are teaching the students some certain grammar part, right? And yeah, it doesn't matter the activity lasts a few seconds, it doesn't matter. I try to give everybody an opportunity, even to say a word, right? So I tried different type of methods. All right, I created some games too, and these games are actually available, and they were here, and I just tried to use them because these, my in from my personal experience, these children like to uh, engaged in kind of activities, because everyone, I mean, we in a classroom we usually consider we can teach the whole class. I mean, if we have 40 students in the classroom and we are trying our best to teach all the 40 students without considering their mindset and the background and the knowledge, we won't, as you said, we teach them to get good grades, good marks, and clear examinations, and we
Yes.
just uh, do not force ourselves to teach them, uh, to get them to practice. We also doing the same thing and over again. Even the school system or the management doesn't want to uh, check how capable they are in the spoken language. And at the same time, I've been trying to make them understand how important it is after you leave schools, and when you start up a career, and if you want to climb up the career ladder in your professions in the future. So English, how important it is to speak English, to know how to speak English, right? Especially because almost all the children are from rural areas, and uh, this may not be much necessary for the students who come from suburban areas, because they have the background, they have the facilities, and they have everything they want. But for a child who comes from a unprivileged background, I think this is a great tool for them.
Yes, yes. And sir, I would like to ask you, so do you beat students if they misbehave or if they keep on shouting in your classroom? So have you ever beat the students?
Yeah, I mean, in this sense, in terms of discipline, I would take strict rules, and I stick to those strict rules, because and as a teacher, we should have a personality to control the classroom. We know we have to play different roles in a classroom. Like, sometimes you have to play a role of a manager, sometimes a friend, colleague, sometimes mm, yeah, different roles. Yeah, so definitely I wouldn't think twice if I want to, make the class uh, aware, all right, what I am going to teach and what I'm doing. I always need a silent, quiet audience to convey my message.
Yes, yes. Teachers play various types of roles. Teachers become sometimes a friend, philosopher, guide. Okay. Sometimes we should be also strict to the students to teach them discipline. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes.
So this, I think, I mean, this is not a problem for online teachers. I mean, this really matters in physical classes. So it is really difficult for teachers who conduct or who teach in physical classes rather than doing online classes. It's a major difference.
And sir, I'd like to ask you one more question. So, what's your subject? What do you teach in your school?
It is English.
Okay, okay. You are also teach English. Okay, okay. It's a very good thing. So, and do you teach in government school or private school?
A governmental school.
Okay,
So
okay.
in governmental schools, we I mean, uh, exams are held just to, I mean, check the grammar levels. Although there are four major skills, in the syllabus, under the syllabus. Yeah, I think the problem is speaking has not been, I think, identified as what we, expect in the current society.
Okay, so I would like to ask you one more question, and that is out of the box, because I love sports. Okay, and as you are from Sri Lanka, so I also love the sports. For the Sri Lankan players used to play in the in
IPL?
that days. Okay, in when Sanat Jai Surja, Atavattu, okay, Marvel Atavattu
Hmm.
used to play. That time I used to watch the playing the because Sanat Jai Surja is one of the greatest openers. Okay,
Yeah,
cricket. So I also love him very much. Whenever he used to bat in the Sri Lankan batting, so I used to watch lot. So do you also love Sanjay Surja's batting?
definitely. Yeah, we were really mesmerized by his batting in back in 1996 World Cup, right? They revolutionized the cricketing world, right? Starting opening up with fast, aggressive batting styles those days.
Batting very
Yeah,
nice.
our team was on top of those days, but now I think although they have a lot of setbacks in the team, yeah, there was an era that we loved cricket so much.
Yes, yes.
And you said you play football as a hobby?
But nowadays, I've seen that the Sri Lankan batting lineup, bowling lineup is not so much up to the mark like the previous years. So, what is
Yeah.
the reason for not performing so well than previous years?
I think, as you are really aware of the cricket matches and cricket, and yeah, actually, after we have legendary players like Sangakkara, Mahela Jayawardene, you may have heard of them, and they played in IPLs as well. Uh, and after the retirement of those key players like Malinga, Mahela, Sangakkara, all the key players, I think we faced real setbacks. And as a team, the Sri Lankan Cricket Board has not been able to, replace those players with better players. And competitive cricket also, although they played in uh, different formats all around the world, I think. I mean, they played individually in different parts of the world, but I think those players, key players, retired from cricket relatively very short period of time. So as a board, they haven't been able to fulfill. I mean, it is really difficult. For example, but India have found solutions. They have reserved players like if Kohli is retired one day, and
Um,
they have so many places. It's competitive cricket is there, and but so we didn't play domestically very competitive crickets. I think so. That is why I think they were unable to replace those players to up to the mark.
Okay, okay. Okay, sir. All right. It was a so if you allow me to wrap up this conversation, so it would be good because our video is getting longer. Okay.
Yeah. I too think the same way. People wouldn't watch if our conversations gets lengthy. Now people do not have much time these days. They are running in a
Okay.
rat race.
Lovely conversation with you. I enjoyed a lot. And thank you very much for giving me your precious time.
So did I. So see you once again in a good conversations like this.
Okay, thank you very much and bye.
Bye.
Have a good
Take
day.
care.